In this video, I'd like to show you some of the zines that I have made for my solo role-playing games. I'll also share with you the template that I have been using and walk you through the steps for how you can come from this to this. Hello gamers, Matthew here from Gray Army Gaming. I love zines. These are so cool. These little booklets that you make from one sheet of paper that are tiny, that you can throw into your pocket. You can bring them anywhere. You can pull them out if you're playing games. Let's say you need a quick reference sheet for your D&D 5e game. If you're playing a solo game, you need a Mythic rules, Savage Worlds, whatever it is. You have these little rules packets in your pocket that you can pull out. I love these. These are so cool. You can fit so much information in such a little space. Put them in your pocket, take them with you. It's so fantastic. What I'd like to do is just show you 4 examples of zines that I have made, and I will show you the actual template I've used and how to fold it and to get yourself to this state from a regular piece of paper. But I just really want to encourage all of you, if you haven't done it yet, to get into the world of zines and start making some great little zines for your role-playing games. Let's start with 2 of the zines that I use for solo role-playing. Let's start here with Loner. I own this book as well as the Mythic book, so I've taken this from those documents. And what is cool, I like to put the cover on the front so I know which book I'm talking about. With Loner here, I've got the character sheets on the left. Here we have Consulting the Oracle, and I have the charts here for how to use your D6 dice. Over here we have the twist counter and determining the twist if you roll doubles. Here is the rules and the charts for harm and luck in combat. In addition to that, I have included some of the tables, the charts with verbs, with nouns, and with adjectives if I want to use these to roll out for prompts. So a fantastic little book summarizing the most important things from Loner, another solo RPG core rules. And I've also made a zine of the Mythic Game Master Emulator rules. I own this book as well, and I wanted to put together the most important rules that I need to remember when I'm playing the game. So starting out here, I put the fate chart on a sideways sheet here. The numbers get a little bit small, but my eyes are still good enough that I can read them. Here we have the meaning tables, actions. Action 1, I have up to 60 here, and over here on this side up to 100. And also action 2. So if I'm trying to roll off something first on this chart, then on this chart to get myself a nice prompt. Here we have the rules for testing the expected scene adjustment table, and on the back I have random event focus table. So just some really nice quick go-to charts and tables for when I am running my solo RPG games using Mythic. And here's the zine I made with some rules for D&D 5e from the Player's Handbook. Now, I own this book as well, but I was online and I found some really cool rules, basically a Dungeon Master screen. Now, what I did is I took the whole Dungeon Master screen and I put it across 2 pages. So basically, you open it up like this and you have tons of different rules regarding vision, combat, things like that. And I did this with 3 sheets of paper. So I have the next one here as well that have conditions, money, other important information that you will need. Basically, this is everything you need as a game master. Everything summarized here on these rules. And the last sheet, I have here the final rules. Dealing with objects, abilities, so on and so forth. On the back page, I added monsters by level 1 through 20 with their level XP and some more information that you need if you're going to be fighting monsters in your games. I thought this was fantastic. I mean, all these resources are free online, so I just took them and put them into my document to make this great little zine. This is basically all the information I will need to play a game of D&D 5e. And finally, we have Savage Worlds, and this is a game I've been getting into recently. Once again, I put the cover here on the front of the zine so I know which rule set I'm talking about. I also own this book, so this is fantastic that I can have all the rules that I need at my fingertips in this small format. What I decided to do here was just to have 2 pages here for a character sheet so I can remember what's important. I could actually, if I wanted to, write into this and just print out a new scene when I'm done with it. But so here's the character sheet with important things I need to remember for character. Here I've got some different definitions. Now I'm kind of new to Savage Worlds, so this was really good for me to go through things like traits, target numbers, untrained, aces, just to explain the rules in this way by having a nice little explanation of these terms. And also here now things are getting a little bit smaller, but I found this online, a fantastic summary of combat, number crunching, different abilities, and different powers and things like that. So this is a nice summary of the Savage World rules that will be great for me, who is kind of a newbie to this system. Here is the template that I've been using that I found online. It is a PowerPoint document, which is great because it allows you now to manipulate pictures and text to turn them. You see, everything down here will be in a normal layout. Everything up on the top, however, will be needed to be turned 180 degrees because essentially we're going to be folding this together. I'll show you how that looks in a second. But it's pretty simple, the layout here. This is going to be your back page, number 1. This is your front page. And then you just go in this order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, how you lay your information in. So for example, if we look at this, here's the front page. This is number 2. Let's show you how this looks like so. This is the front page, number 2. Here's the back page. And then basically I go through like in this order here. This will be 3. This will be 4. This is page 5. This is page 6. This is page 7, page 8. There's our back page. So really pretty simple. You just got to make sure that you get everything in the right order, and then we're going to cut it and fold it. So let's say you have your document now, and you've obviously taken away all of these pieces, these pictures and numbers and everything, and you've put in text and you put pictures there, and now you are ready to fold this. So let me show you how this is going to work. We'll fold it first, and then we will make a couple of cuts. What I like to do now is to just start by folding it in half, and we'll just be really careful that we get all the corners lined up perfectly. Precision folding is key here. The better that you can fold, the better that the book will hold together. Now, once I have that set, then I will go ahead and fold it in half like this. And obviously, I'm not being as careful as I could be when I'm just doing this quickly, but we're going to now fold this in half like so. Now we have our 2 pages here, and what I want to do now is open this up, and we're going to do one more fold on this side into the center, like so, and we will do another fold on the other side into the center like so. And with those folds finished, then what we're going to do is open up our document, and now we have each of the pages has a fold on it. So we're going to open up our document. Let's go back to how it looked before. Here we go. And in order now to be able to cut on the fold lines here, what we're going to do is take this paper and we're going to now fold it in half this way. Now this is important because now we will be able to take our scissors and to make a cut right in here up to this point. So let's go ahead and grab our scissors and show you how that works. All right, we have our fold and we are ready to make our incision. Now you notice here on this document that the lines don't match up perfectly. That's what can happen when you are using a printer. It doesn't always come out perfectly here with the lines. Don't worry about that. Follow the folds, not the lines. If I were making a real zine here, I would have taken out the scissors pictures. I would have taken out the lines and everything. So don't worry about that. Just use the actual fold lines. And what you're going to do now is just cut up until the point where the line ends, where you meet the next fold, right about there. So there you go. That's how that's going to look. What we can then do is open this up, and then we have our final fold in order to make the final booklet. So here we go. Here's the final fold, and this is, I think, what makes this kind of magical. I love this part. It's where everything kind of comes together. What I'm going to do now is just lift up the paper, fold it in half like this. You see, and it's already making something like a diamond in the middle. Well, now it's just really easy. We're going to push this together like this, and you see how we're making kind of a 4 pieces here. Just make sure that those folds are good. And now we're just going to take this and fold it over like so. Now, if I want to do this very carefully, what I would want to do now is to go through and fold each crease again to make sure that now everything lays flat. Of course, I'm not doing it perfectly here. I'm doing it rather quickly. But this is how it will work. Let's just go through and fold these again just to make sure that everything is laying nice and flat. Front page, back page are always the most difficult to get perfect. But even though I've done this quickly, this worked out pretty well. So here we go. This is our final zine. This is how it will look. You have your front page. Open it up to 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then your back page. So there you go. All you have to do then is to just fill these up with your pictures and your text, and you are ready to go. Well, there you have it, folks. A quick look at 4 of the zines that I have made for my own role-playing games and a quick tutorial for how to make these. The sky is obviously the limit for what we could use these for. They don't just have to be used for rules. I have tons of ideas. So, for example, maybe I could make zines that have battlefield or terrain setups to give me some ideas on the fly in different role-playing games. Think about this. You could have a zine that is just made of maps of a tavern, or a zine that is a map just maps of a temple or a forest setup or a mountain setup. Who knows? I mean, man, there's so many different options that we could use for this. This is so fantastic. I love the small format. Throw them in your pocket. Take them with you. Pull them out whenever you need them. Fantastic idea. If you have some more ideas that I haven't touched here and that you would love to share with me, then please do leave them in the comments below, and I will read those and incorporate them into my own role-playing games in the future. If you like these kind of videos, you want to see more like them in the future, crafting videos or videos about solo role-playing games, then please do give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I will continue to make more videos like these in the future. And most importantly, thank you for joining us here today at Gray Army Gaming for the future of solo role-playing.